Raquel with Sun Star Yoga. How are you? This morning we're here doing with the snow. So we have a lot of beautiful snow outside. And we're going to do an AM practice. And we're going to think about trying to get into a squat. So we're going to open up like hips, open the backs of legs, and see if we could just careful with our knees and like get on to the ground. So first we'll start with some movements. So you're starting with your feet together, maybe in a mountain pose here. So having maybe toes can be together or slightly apart. Arms out by your sides. And inhale, lift the arms up. Looking up, hip shoulders apart, and exhale, fold forward. Keep that nice long spine. If it's your first forward bend of the day, let your knees bend, but still exhale, draw your belly button in. Inhale, lift up halfway. Maybe pressing on the upper thighs, and exhale, fold forward. Inhale, coming all the way back up to standing, but let's roll it up. So let the knees bend, hips can turn in, and then roll it up one vertebrae at a time. So your head comes up. So one more time, so you can stay from the side. Find your nice equal standing, so not too far on your toes, not leaning too far back on your heels. Inhale. Looking up and through the palms, and then exhale. Keep that length as your eyes come down. You feel your hamstrings a little too tight. Let the knees bend, belly button draws in, and exhale. Fold forward. Inhale. Letting the knees bend. Just gaze forward, nice long spine, and exhale. Back again. So again, let the knees bend. Let the hips turn under, and then roll it up really slow, like zombie arms hanging down. Nice stretch all through the back. You're coming back to standing. Good. So here I'm going to turn over so you guys can see a little better. And we'll do a couple sun salutations to start. Inhale, take the arms up. Exhale, fold it forward. Head come down. Inhale, lift up halfway. Exhale, bring the knees to the ground, step your feet back. And slowly coming down to your plank, maybe bring the knees down. Hips down to the ground. Inhale, looking forward. Keeping the elbows close to the ribs. If you feel strong, maybe lift the knees up and exhale. So if it's a little early morning, come to hands and knees. And here, bring your attention to the hands. Let's see if we can kind of stretch your hands just for a moment. Maybe lean, rock it forwards and backwards. Looking your responsibility. And then here, especially if you're not used to these stretches, do it very gently. If you want to get another one, you can turn your fingers the other way. Maybe your wrists come to the ground. And you really want to have your knees right under you. So make sure your knees are nice and close so you have nice control over this. Toes are tucked under. And gently lean it back. Feel that nice stretch through your forearms. Move forward. Releasing this out. From here, maybe the tops of the hands can press out to the ground. That's a nice stretch, gently lean it back. Bring the hands forward. So here, spread the fingers wide, tuck your toes under, and on an exhale, send the hips up, downward facing dog. Letting your heels stretch out one at a time, so walk the dog. Do in the mornings. Letting those heels stretch the hamstrings, opening up some of the back of the body, get a nice break, and then letting the heels sink down, spreading the fingers wide, keeping the wrists light. The head is heavy, looking up towards your belly button. Looking up and turn the palms, inhale. Step the feet back to the top of your mat, hands to the tops of the thighs, gaze forward. And exhale, letting the knees bend, fold forward. Inhale, returning all the way back up to standing, arms out to the sides. And then up to the ceiling, and exhale, back to mountain pose. Good. This time going through a little bit faster here. Inhale, take it up. And exhale, fold forward. Inhale, lifting up halfway. And exhale, stepping back. Find that plank position. So here, elbows stay close to the ribs. See if you can hold it, and then maybe bring the knees down. Inhale, elbows close to the ribs. Lifting the chest, opening the chest up, maybe lifting the knees up too as you gaze up. Exhale, back down. Maybe come to your hands and knees, spread the fingers wide, Exhale, sending the hips up, heels down to the ground. Taking 4 more deep breaths here. So again, opening up my hands, pressing through my 4 quarters of the palm, especially my index finger and knuckle. Really pressing that down, even my thumbs. Yeah, but my arms are gently rolling open, almost like my inner elbows rolling up towards the ceiling. If you're very flexible and you can hyperextend through here, try not to let your body hang here like this and collapse. You want to keep the spine in a nice line along with the arms. Looking up to the palms, inhale, maybe taking one big step, so it's a really big step. Feet together, look up halfway, and exhale, fold forward. Inhale, returning all the way back up to standing, arms up by your sides. Look up high, and exhale back to mountain pose. Good, so we'll do like a V variation, having these nice lunges helping to open up. So you're letting the knees bend, really sending your hips back. So trying to keep the knees right where they are, but sending the hips back. And then inhale, chair pose. Exhale, lean forward, let the head hang down. Inhale, look up halfway, bring the hands up high. Exhale, letting your knees bend, hands to the ground, step your feet back. Finding a push-up position. Inhale to your upward dog or a cobra. You can let the knees down if your back doesn't want to stretch too far. And then exhale, sending your hips up, heels down to the ground. Inhale, bring your right knee to the chest and try and drop that foot up between the hands. So if it only comes up to here, just step it up. Let that heel stay all the way up towards the ceiling. Knee right on top of my ankle, so I have a straight line here. And inhale, find your balance. Once you have it, see if you can bring the arms up. So hands even a little wider than shoulder width apart. Letting that knee bend just a little bit more. See if you can point the left knee down to the ground and see if you can straighten that knee out as you drop your hips just a little bit more. Once you feel steady, look up towards the ceiling. And exhale, fold forward. I'm going to step that front foot back. So in push-up position, lowering it down. Inhale up. And exhale back, the downward dog. Bringing the other foot up. So now this time, left foot way up high to your chest, and then try and shift hips forward. Keep the back leg with the heel up towards the ceiling as you inhale. Come up, finding your balance. Until you find your balance, keep your arms out to the side and use them like your airplane arms. Help you get steady. Once you have it, check that knee. Have it on top of the ankle. If your stance is too close, say you're here, balance on this front leg and step the back leg further back. And this is easier to balance that way. Back leg straight, inhale. Again, if you feel steady, start to look up. And exhale, bring those hands back down to the ground, stepping that front foot back, finding your plank position, inhale up, and exhale back. Yeah, downward facing dog. Taking 3 more deep breaths here. Head is heavy, neck is long. Let the eyes look up towards the belly button. And this pose, maybe you can lift your kneecaps up. Looking up to the hands, inhale, step it back to the top. And exhale, fold forward. And inhale all the way back up to a chair. Again, the knees want to stay, let your hips go back. Balance, and exhale, back to standing. Couple of standing poses, so you're bringing the hands to the chest, let your knees bend. So here you can do a hop where you can gently turn your left foot in and then step your right foot out. Just be careful with the knees. Draw those toes in, right foot out to the other side, inhale, deep breath. And find your triangle pose. So I'm use that hand to take your right hand, send your right hip back. So pushing right in here. Maybe you're going to find a place to hold on to. If hamstrings kind of tight, you can hold this thigh. Hold the shin. I'm just going to avoid pressing down on that knee. And then from here, using the other hand, so you're helpful teachers, rolling your hip open. So send that hip open. A lot of times the chest sends a collapse here, so rolling the left shoulder open. From here, inhale, taking this hand up high. So when I'm in here, can I lift my right kneecap up? Something keeping it from locking out totally. Balancing on my right big toe, kind of sending pressure right into that big toe. Thinking rolling my right shoulder open. And once I feel steady, gazing up towards that thumb. Looking down to the ground, exhale. Inhale, bring my arms up, turn that foot in. Try the other side. Inhale, deep breath. And exhale, sending that, reach that arm forward. Again, use that hand, draw that hip back. Roll the right hip open. Finding a place to hold on to, same as the other side. Always keeping the body equal. And inhale, rolling it up. Sometimes we kind of collapse here. Roll that shoulder open. Roll the right shoulder open. And gaze towards my right thumb. So really try to open up that left side of my body. It's kind of crunched in. See if you can keep rolling that hip back, sending it back. And look down to your left foot. Get steady. Inhale, come up. Turn your feet parallel. Let's widen the stance a little bit to our extended side angle. So open the feet a little bit wider. Turn those toes in. Turn my right foot out. Inhale. And exhale. Try to bend that knee. So again, if it's not wide enough of a stance, step this back foot back a little bit more. And then trying to come forward. Let this elbow on top of the knee. And so for me, I think I'm a little too wide. I'm going to bring my foot in just slightly. Get that knee right on top of my ankle. Check here first. Bring this elbow on top of my thigh. And then begin to send this hip back. Make sure that knee's not collapsing. If my ribs are sticking out, draw them in. Roll the shoulder open. And then from here, slowly bring this arm up. And here. Slowly thinking to press all the weight into the outer edge of my left foot, because all the weight's kind of coming forward. I'm thinking actively to send my weight into that leg. Next, you feel steady. Start to look up towards your hand. If you feel unsteady in this pose, they're very new. Keep your gaze down on your right big toe. Find the place. Look down to your foot. Get steady. And bring your arms up. Straighten out the leg. Turn your feet parallel. Let's do the other side. Turn your left foot out. Right foot in. Exhale. Stacking the knee on top of the ankle. Inhale, bringing the right arm up and over. So still trying to draw that left hip back. Rolling the right hip open. And actively pressing into that right foot. Send your weight back into that outer edge of your right foot as if your teacher were there, helping to press it down. Actively bring the awareness there. And on the exhale, look down at that foot, get steady, inhale, bring it up. Straighten out the leg, turn the feet parallel, left knees bend, and step right your feet back together. So take your vinyasa down to the ground. Just like to break up the space after doing these kind of lunges. Inhale, arms up high. And exhale, folding it forward. Inhale, look up halfway. And exhale, letting the knees bend, hands to the ground, step the feet back. Inhale, lift. And exhale, back. Good, from here, stepping the feet back to the top. And exhale, folding forward. Inhale, bring it all the way back up. And exhale. Good. So you're getting a little bit more mobility in the spine. Let's do some twists. So you're letting the knees bend, stepping this foot out. And I want to take a nice wide stance. We do a little twisted prayer pose. So turn the foot in, turn your right foot out. I want a nice wide lunge. From here, can I start to bring my hands together? See if I can get my elbow, my left elbow, on the other side of my right knee. If not, finding a place, so I might close my stance a little, get that knee on top. I might just try and send my right hip back, draw the left hip forward, square my hips towards the side, and look over my right shoulder. If you feel like you can go into a nice big twist, see if you can get this elbow down to the other side of that knee. Maybe even the hands can meet. And once you feel that steadiness, again, keep the gaze down if you're still new to the poses. But once you down to the toe, but if it feels okay, you can see if you can look up past your right elbow. Trying to keep my back leg straight. Deep breath here. Looking down to your right foot, get steady, inhale. Coming up and out of this pose, straighten the leg, turn the foot parallel. Try to the side. Starting with this foot, turn it in, then turn this foot out. Trying to bend that knee from here, trying to get this right elbow onto the other side. So again, squaring the hips towards this leg and starting to twist, look over. Possibly taking this elbow to the other side. Once there, pressing this hand on top. Take a deep breath here. Find your balance, make sure the back heel is grounded down. And then slowly gaze up, if possible. Good, bring it up, inhale. Straighten the legs, turn the toes in, let the knees bend, and bring your feet back together. Good. So here, playing with the idea now of going down into a squat. So here we're going to open up the feet a little bit wider. Traditionally, also like a garland pose, we call it. The feet will be together, but here we're just going to open it up. So we're just getting some mobility here in the legs. Let's see, first we're going to bring it on down. So let's start with reaching the hands up high. And then exhale, starting to let the knees bend. So you'll feel if your feet feel too close together or too wide, you might just move them a little bit apart. So you're going to turn a little bit to the side, you can see me. So I'm going to let my knees bend, but see if I can really avoid going forward like this. I want to actually try and send my weight backwards. If I practice this with my arms open, it's going to help keep my chest open, have this like nice thoracic extension. So you'll see. As I do this, trying to send my weight back, my hands are going to want to reach forward too to kind of compensate my weight coming down. So it's a big movement for the knees. Check if it's okay. Stay right there, but if you need to come down, that's fine. So if at any point you need to bail, you just sit on down. So letting the heels drop down, letting my knees open. See if I can keep my arms open and keep my chest up. And kind of helps keep my weight towards my heels. If you find that you're gripping with the toes and leaning forward, see if you can send your weight back towards your heels here. Yeah, so the knees are turning in like this. See if you can open them a little bit more and think about taking the weight to the outer edge of your feet, as well as your feet, and also up to the heel. And see if you can hold here for a little bit. If you're not used to this pose, it's new, but probably first of all, took the other side, you probably would have been in this position for a long time and did a lot of activities here, resting, eating, digesting. So it's probably pretty good for the internal organs.